these races, there's going to be tons of highs and lows. Nico was just having a little bit of a low, which can happen when you have a little hiccup like a fall or something. So I just told him, like, hey, mindset is everything. Like, you're doing great, you're strong, you're built for this, and you're crushing it. So, you know, you got some calories in him, got some fluid in him, just keep moving and you'll feel different. Yeah, hopefully that just changes how he feels in a couple miles and he'll be back crushing it. Yeah.
All right, welcome to the video. Race day is tomorrow, so we're one day out. I'm sitting on this air mattress because my younger brother's here, Jordan. He's helping crew me tomorrow, so that'll be exciting, along with Sophie. So the plan right now is getting everything packed, all my clothes, all my nutrition, everything, because we're driving out to Prescott, which is like 2 hours away. We're gonna pick up Sophie from work and then head to packet pickup, get my bib and everything, and then go to the Airbnb, do one last little shakeout run, and just, get ready and dialed for tomorrow. Nerves are setting in, but like a good kind of nerve. I'm pretty excited, and we'll just see what happens, but I'm as ready as I'll ever be right now. So gonna pack everything up and start heading to Prescott.
So, just like that, threw the bags in the car and headed out to Prescott. We drove directly to the Ultramarathon expo. Now, I've been to a lot of marathon expos. This one was definitely the most unique expo I've ever been to. I've never seen so many cut-up shirts and tattoos in my life before. We met up with Tony and Oz from BPN. They were going to be helping just capture the weekend so Sophie didn't have to do as much. And yeah, vibes were high and I was feeling really excited.
You guys sound exactly alike.
I told you were going to say that.
It is actually creeping me out.
It gets weirder.
You could have him record your videos.
Oh yeah, I do. You wouldn't know.
There's always times where I'm like,
No, dude, I can't.
I can hear myself sounding like Nico.
I can't actually.
Yeah, no, it's the same. Like we have the same cadence and everything. Yeah. But
It's freaking me out actually.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
so good.
Look,
I'm
Ultra
hyped.
Nico is crazy.
I know, you're like this,
You would never show up to
This
Boston
is a
like
new
this.
era right here.
This is actually insane.
Expos are cool because you kind of get to meet a bunch of people who've been training for the same race you've been training for. It's easy to feel like no one's doing what you're doing, but obviously on one weekend, everyone comes together because you have this big monumental task you're all going after. Talked to Max for a little bit. He just finished up Mammoth 200 and got 4th place, which is wild. And yeah, I was just having a good time talking to a couple people I knew, meeting some new people, and it really just started to sink in that we were racing this thing tomorrow and the time was finally here. I think anytime you get to the start of a race injury-free after a long training block, that's something to celebrate. After a good time at the expo, headed over to the Airbnb to kind of like chill out for the rest of the night, get everything situated, get all my gear set up, and start getting mentally prepped. And of course, do my flat lay. I love doing flat lays the day before the race. Something about seeing your number with your outfit for the first time just is so epic, and it really helps get your mind dialed in. A couple of my friends are also running this race tomorrow, which is really cool because it's the first time any of us have tried to go this distance, and we've been able to train together over the last few months and just be excited towards the same goal together. It's a lot more fun not having to go after this alone, but also with your friends. At this point, really the last thing that I had to do was just one more little shakeout run.
Last run of a very long build. You know, this has been like 5-6 months of a build. So it's always nice to wrap it up and just like, I'm just itching to run this race. So just getting the body moving a little bit, but the fitness is there. Now I just gotta show up tomorrow and just give it all my heart and effort. Well, my body feels as fresh as it ever has, so that's good. This race is like what sets the bar for me of like, okay, this is what I know I can do in a 50. So the next time I go out for a 50 or 100, whatever, this is like the standard that I'm setting now. So I want to run a great race. I think my goal is like, I'd love to get to mile 30, which is the farthest I've run, and be like, I feel strong. Like I feel really good. I'm going to crush this 20 miles. And I want to come through the finish line like strong. Like it's going to be brutal, but I don't want to be like crawling across the finish line. I want to have given it my all, but also like feel like, okay, let's go. Because I want to do more of these races, and I want to keep like pushing this my own standard of distance I can run. So it's 50 now, maybe it's 100 next year or something. But yeah, this is the first kind of voyage I'm going on into the ultra world. So yeah, it's nerve-wracking, exciting. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really think I would be here a few years ago. I hated running a few years ago.
I tried to get to bed early, like around 9, but as per usual, could not sleep at all, just tossing and turning. At 3 a.m., I jumped in the hot tub, which is a first, but I don't know, it just seemed like a good idea in the moment. I had a lot of time, so I just kind of started getting my gear together, getting my shoes on, eating a little bit of food, drinking electrolytes, and just kind of getting my mind right. It became very real to me at this point that today was the day. All those months of training, all those miles were for today. The nerves were starting to set in for sure, and I was just ready to get running.
Yeah, it's straight up cold.
After leaving town and running about 2 miles on the road, we finally made it to the turnoff point for the trail. My goal for the next 8 miles before the first aid station was to just turn my brain off, try to find some type of rhythm, and just run, just grind in the dark and get to the sunrise. So I came into the first aid station at mile 10, and my goal was just to get in and out as fast as possible. Had to go to the bathroom, and then I was gonna fill up my water bottles and then just leave because it was just too early to be spending too much time at these aid stations. At this point, I was starting to get mentally prepped for the next section, which would be one of the toughest of the day, about 4 miles of climbing up a mountain at around 8,000 feet. So a lot of vertical climbing, high altitude. I knew it would be tough. So I locked back in, left the aid station because it was time to start climbing Spruce Mountain. At mile 14, we finished the climb. It was really tough, but afterwards I kind of fell into this groove, and me and a few guys were just like clipping through miles. It felt really effortless and things were moving fast and we were just rocking. My mental state at this point was really good. We had an aid station coming up and I was just feeling fantastic. I was also really dialed in on my fueling. I was taking a gel every 30 minutes or so, drinking enough fluids and electrolytes, and my stomach felt good. I really just wanted things to feel good and effortless for as long as possible. And eventually we cruised into the mile 18 aid station.
It's okay if you don't. Do you have any electrolyte sticks?
Yeah, I feel good.
What are we, 18.4? No, I just gotta get to 26, and then we start the real race, I feel like. But we fell into a really good groove, I feel like. Luke leading the charge.
It's good time, baby.
We just dialed.
How's the terrain?
It's good. It's not bad. I mean, we had a big climb up a mountain, kind of. That was tough.
What?
Yeah.
Strawberry or lemon lime? Thank you. Yeah, absolutely.
We'll take one more.
Want another? No, I'm good.
Let's go, Nico.
Thank you.
All right, hold on. All right, I gotta do it. See you guys at 26.
Crush it, brother. You're doing great.
I left the mile 18 aid station in really high spirits. I was back to feeling good. It felt effortless. And I was just excited because the first time I was going to see my crew was at mile 26 and we were getting closer and closer. Now, anyone that's run knows that running can be completely unpredictable. In fact, the only thing that's predictable about running is that it's unpredictable. Like, how does it make sense that you can be feeling so good one moment and then the next, all of a sudden, things completely turn around on itself and you feel awful? That's exactly what happened to me not that long after leaving the mile 18 aid station. It was around mile 24 and I was running down this kind of downhill section and I completely stubbed my toe on a rock and tripped and just fell forward and face planted. I cut up my hand, my quad cramped, and I completely just lost any ounce of a rhythm I had and I felt so out of it. At this point, my mental state completely shifted on a dime and it just felt dark. We were coming into the mile 26 aid station and I just could not get out of my own head. I was very aware of the fact that I was closing in on the farthest I had ever run before, and I still had so many more miles after that, and I was feeling so awful, and I don't know, I felt scared, honestly. Like this scared feeling kind of set over me, coming into that aid station. It felt so daunting to know I was literally only halfway there and I had so much more work to do. And obviously I shouldn't have been thinking about that, but in the moment I was completely like immersed in my own head. At one point, my friend Jack turned to me and he was like, dude, are you okay? You look kind of pale. And that also just like got in my head and I started to like freak out. Like, was I not fueling right anymore? Am I dehydrated? And I felt out of it. And I don't know, it was such a dark place to be in. I hadn't felt that in running before. Coming into that aid station, I was kind of trying to figure out what I needed. Like, do I need calories? Do I need to drink? Do I need to sit down for a second? You know, what do I need? I've never done this before. Like, this is the first time I've ever experienced this kind of feeling. I immediately saw my brother and that was cool. He kind of ran with me to the car where I was gonna get like situated and just try to figure this out. When I planned for this race, I had envisioned coming into this aid station feeling really good and hyped up and like excited to see my crew. But I came in like not excited, not feeling good, and just super down. I was just feeling so frustrated that I was feeling so bad so early on, and it just got to my head. At this point, my crew could definitely tell I was going through it, and Max actually ended up coming over, which looking back was the most helpful thing that could have happened for me in this moment. Because if there's anyone that knows what those lows feel like in ultra running, it's Max. He just immediately started encouraging me, kind of assuring me that I could do this and that I was built for this, which now watching this footage back is kind of actually incredible that he came over, because, you know, Mac's been a huge inspiration for me. He's the reason I even got into ultra running in the first place. And, you know, he is a professional ultramarathoner. I'm just doing this, you know, for fun, really. And so the fact that he took time to come over and make sure I was doing okay meant a lot to me, and that's definitely a moment I will never forget. Sitting in the back of the car in this moment, it was very, very difficult for me to believe in myself and believe that I could finish this race and continue running another 24 miles.
Can you start going well? Red. Secret.
Doing great. Doing great.
That electrolyte?
This is.
Do you want to do your own spot on? What do you want?
Just this one.
Do you want to fill now? Do you want to?
Yeah, now would be perfect. Just take one of these. You know.
You get some sugar?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, good.
Ready? Tiny bit. You're doing good though. It's going down.
You got it, Nico. You know what to do now. Do it.
If it wasn't hard, we wouldn't be doing it. So some hydration and some calories will make you feel different, okay? So just
And then what would you want?
whatever you're feeling right now will change.
Just daunting.
Yeah.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Cramping at all? Just feeling tight at all? No? That's good.
Okay. What's that?
Biofreeze. Do I need? Yeah.
We can wrap that shit up later.
Hey, it's just painting. Your thoughts are contagious. So if you just keep good thoughts in your head, everything will change. It's supposed to be hard, but you're supposed to have fun. So just remember that.
Water?
How's your temperature? Are you feeling okay?
You're doing
No, you look great.
You're good. Over halfway.
it. Yep.
Just gotta keep moving. You'll feel different.
Just gotta get moving again.
Although things didn't turn around at that aid station, I just kind of mustered up enough courage and energy to just start going again and just keep moving, because at the end of the day, those miles were not going to run themselves. Also, this voiceover is a narration, but I'm also just kind of reacting to the footage as I'm seeing it, and just like kind of watching my younger brother be there for me in that moment. It's pretty special to have on camera, because yeah, I was just going through it. As I set out on the next section, I tried to think about what Max had said and how things can turn around and things can feel different. You just got to keep moving. And even though I knew that to be true, I think the struggle sometimes is connecting what you know to be true with how you're feeling. And in that moment, I was just so in my head, I genuinely could not fathom how things would turn around for me. From the outside, you're probably like, dude, it's just a run. It's not that big of a deal. But when you're actually in the moment and you've put yourself in the position to go after something so hard, it feels like life or death. And I know it's not, and I know that's super dramatic, but that's how it feels truly. I spent the last 5 months training, and I just wanted to honor all of that work. At the aid station, my brother had said, "You knew this would be hard. This is what you signed up for." And in that next 11-mile stretch of running, I kind of thought about that more. And after a while, eventually it kind of finally registered with me that this is what I signed up for. And I knew it would be so hard. But when it got hard, my first instinct was just wanting to quit. I never really knew how I was going to keep running, but I just somehow did. And at some point, I just kind of accepted that there is no quitting, and I'm going to finish this thing no matter what it takes. I was coming in mile 37, not necessarily feeling good, but just like excited to see the crew and get some water. It was hot, like there was no shade. From mile 26 to the finish, there was literally no shade. So I think I was just overheating a little bit and just excited to kind of like chill for a second at the aid station because it had been so long, it felt like. At this point, I'd run 7 miles farther than my farthest run ever, so that was kind of cool. At this aid station, I came in, I drank a bunch of water, ate a watermelon, and that was probably a mistake because I started puking everywhere afterwards. That was kind of just a very frustrating moment for me. You know, I was kind of starting to feel okay, and then this brought me right back to that place of feeling scared and just like doubting myself and if I could do this. As bad as I was feeling, I was also feeling incredibly driven to finish this thing. I was pretty sure I could do it, but I needed to suck it up and stop feeling bad for myself, honestly. So I stood up and just kept going.
So we're looking good.
Just a couple miles after that aid station, things completely turned around and I had the highest point of my whole race, which is so weird. Like, why would that happen at mile 40? And I just told my friend Jack, dude, I don't know what's happening, but I'm feeling really good right now. We have 10 miles left. And yeah, 10 miles is a long ways, but it felt doable. And I started to like get excited about finishing this thing because I knew I could run 10 miles any day. A few miles later, we hit arguably the toughest section of the course, the Granite Dells. This was a section of just these giant rock structures next to a lake and a lot of technical running / hiking. This section, I'm not gonna lie, was brutal. And it felt like a cruel joke, the fact that we were doing this at mile 44 in a race. I wish there was a better way for me to describe really like the mental state that I was in during this race. Just so many ups and downs that it's hard to even portray in a video. But as I reflect now on this race, it's very clear the importance of having those high moments, but also those really low ones. Because when you're in the lows and you truly, fully feel it, and then you actively make the choice to push through the struggle, that's where strength is built.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Almost there. I don't even know how I'm still running. It's been 9 hours, 37 minutes. I don't know what's happening. Oh, be present, dude. Yes, sir. Final stretch here.
Being strong and having resilience is not reliant on how you feel. There are so many times I do not feel strong, but being strong is not how you feel, it's how you act when adversity comes. So it's okay to feel weak and scared at times. Feeling weak doesn't make you weak, because if you just never give up and keep trying, then that's what makes you strong.
I can't believe it. This is gonna happen. It's crazy. It's weird.
5K away.
No, that's good for them.
across the finish line, I had like a bazillion, emotions in my head, but I just felt very grateful for my crew and just everyone who helped me get across the finish line. It really is the most fulfilling feeling ever to dedicate so much time and effort towards a goal and then to see it through to the end. This race, no doubt, became a core memory for me. In a very unique way, it was the hardest thing I've ever done. If you couldn't tell, I love running, and it's a huge part of my life, and this was a massive accomplishment. But there are more important things in my life, and my biggest accomplishment ever actually happened 1 week later.